You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment. Make sure you subscribe and check out the playlist.
I grew up hearing gunshots in the late night. Ghetto bird, police sirens as a mother cries. Just another victim of the Soundbrown genocide. Locals posted, locked and loaded, ready to take lives. And when they heard the chief late, they would duck up out of sight. Like your car when the sundown, it was mission time. You had to stay alert cause bullets always travel blind. We stayed posted, we stayed drinking and we getting high. Marchando down the enemy's neighborhood as we ride. Put the hood, put the glica sample, fuck their side. No regrets, but the truth is no peace of mind.
G-File.
Now, starting off right here in East LA, you have one of the oldest neighborhoods right here as well, and one of the largest, which is the Barrio East LA Dukes, or East LA, Barrio East LA. It's one of these original gangs out of East Los, you know what I mean? Not as old as Maravilla, pero, right there, you know what I mean? Now, the East Los neighborhood has been around since the 30s, 40s, por allí, I was told. And like I said, East LA, Barrio East LA is a large neighborhood in a whole, you know what I mean? You can find them like pretty much scattered throughout all of East LA, you feel me? This neighborhood is definitely with the business, homie. They got their writers, you know what I mean? I know a few cats out of this neighborhood. Now you can find them like a little bit towards where East LA college is at. So where ELAC's at is through those back ends is where you can find the East LA neighborhood. You could also find them by the cemetery right there on Whittier. You could just find them like pretty much scattered like throughout all of East LA. They got a few kicking spots all over the damn place. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's one of these large old school neighborhoods right here. Definitely going at it with the surrounding neighborhoods like Maravilla. You know what I mean? Then, there's heavy beef right there. But the East LA Dukes is definitely with the business. Now they have several different cliques, but the Dukes is like one of the original old school clicas out of this barrio. And like I said, they're one of the neighborhoods right here on the east side that definitely be giving the sheriffs a hard time. You know what I mean? They've been hit with all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? And it seems like they haven't been able to slow the neighborhood down because the neighborhood is still strong as ever. You know what I mean? And still keeping going. You know what I mean? And like I said, homie, they definitely have the writers right there and representatives. You feel me? Now shout out to my homie Little Man from East LA. Shout out to the homie Pee Wee from East LA. Shout out to Spider from East LA. And shout out to the homie Chuco from Barrio East LA Dukes right there, putting it down and putting their barrio up on the map. And right here, also, you have the East Side Hicks Gang. Now, the East Side Hicks Gang, HKS, as you see it, not to be confused with El Monte Hicks. Different neighborhoods. Eastside Hicks is a neighborhood right here in East LA by City Terrace and Hicks is where their neighborhood is located at. They actually have a pretty good chunk size and territory, and Hicks is a pretty old school neighborhood. Hicks has been around already since the 60s, I was told. Por allí. It has a big size chunk in territory and it's pretty old school, but it has never been really all that large in size. But they are spread out because there is also a Hicks like in the south side, almost by Maywood, towards those ends. And I know they have a few other locations, but East Los is their home, is where they originally came from, right down Hicks Street, obviously. And homie, they with the business, dog. They be handling shit right there, homie, going at it with the surrounding neighborhoods and definitely putting their barrio on the map, homie. You know what I mean? Like I said, Hicks is one of these neighborhoods that on the east side that you definitely hear about, and that that they have their riders right there. These guys, chums, but that's what's up with the east side Hicks neighborhood right there, putting it down for their barrio. Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in the east side, East Los Pues already, but like towards the out ends, like already heading into Nella, borderline right there. You have the Metropolitan neighborhood, which is Barrio Metro, the Mets boys, pues. Barrio Metro is a pretty old school neighborhood. They've been around already since the 70s. You know what I mean? I know that they may not be as old as some of these other neighborhoods around the area, but nonetheless, homie, I mean, it still has his heads and his numbers. You know what I mean? You roughly don't see them up as much as these other hoods, you feel me? But they do have their riders, you feel me? Because I've been hit up by these guys. I met a few of these guys, so they do be doing their thing, you feel me? Um, don't ever get it twisted, Barrio, Metro, they ain't no chumps, you know what I mean? Especially, through over the years, a few neighborhoods have gotten, a few tagging crews have gotten into their neighborhood, so just making the area a lot larger, you feel me? Now, where you could find the Barrio Metro is by where the Metro auto shop is at, the barber shop. That is where they get their name from, by the metropolitan area. You feel me? By Universal Hills. So already hitting it, already close to Nella. You feel me? Is where their neighborhood is at. You know what I mean? You can find them, chilling and posted by one of those staircases, famous staircases where people just go and hang out and blaze it and stuff like that. But like I said, it's pretty dope. But just keep through, child, homie, cause shit be cracking, homie. They don't call them the locals for nothing. You know what I mean? They be with the business, homie. And yeah, that's where you can find the Vital Metro, like through up those hills. You know what I mean? Through those back ends. That's where they be handling business. Almost by the Valley Food Liquor Store is where their neighborhood is located at. You feel me? Right there by where it's Eastern and Madriana Avenue, uh, where they meet up, the fork. That's where their neighborhood is located at, and like I said, homie, they definitely with the business and putting their barrio up on the map. Shout out to the homie Chucky, and shout out to the homie Psycho from Barrio Metro. Now here you have in the city of Commerce, you have the one of the most old school neighborhoods around this area, if not the originators out of the city of Commerce. You feel me? Because borderline East LA and Commerce. But it is the original neighborhood out of this area. You have the Barrio East Side Choppers 12. Now, East Side Barrio Choppers 12 is an old school barrio. This barrio was established in the 50s. Now, there used to be a motorcycle club, right? Like a biker gang. You know what I mean? That hints where the name comes from, Choppers. And the reason they use 12 is 12 for midnight. So, midnight used to be the time where they used to be doing their thing. So, Choppers 12, like Choppers Midnight. Is how they did their thing, and then in the 1960s is when they turned into a street gang. You know what I mean? Because they started off as a motorcycle biker gang, and then in the 60s they manifested into a street gang. One of their main, like, seems like their main rivals is the King Cobras. You definitely see all kinds of there's Madre going on right here, with these two neighborhoods. You feel me? Now, the Choppers neighborhood, you can find them where the Bristol Park is at in the city of Commerce. You feel me? That's where they be holding it down. With them and their clicas, like the pequeños, tiny dukesters, the cut downs, the LMSs, the TMSs, the Bristol Parqueros. That's what the BPS stands for. People think that it's Brown Price Sureños, like a click or a click up, but no, it's their clica, and it translates to Bristol Parqueros. That's where that BPS comes from. But yeah, right here in the city of Commerce, where they be calling it home, right there by the Bandini side. You feel me? And that's where they be doing their thing, homie. Like I said, the Vital Choppers 12. It's a neighborhood that's pretty witty. You can find them right off the 5 off of Triggs Street, and shit be on and cracking right there, homie. And this Vital definitely be putting it on the map, holding it down, and representing right there for theirs. Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in the city of Commerce is the Latin Kings gang. Yes, the same Latin Kings as the ones from the East Coast, and the same ones as the ones in Pasadena. Like I said, Latin Kings are just spread out through all of Los Angeles. We're talking about the IE, talking about Pasadena, we're talking about the Valley. They're just all over the place. You feel me? That's just how the Latin Kings do. You know what I mean? I got camaradas out of the Latin Kings neighborhood, so I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And right here in Commerce, they definitely be going, holding it down and going at it with the surrounding neighborhoods. You know what I mean? The Latin Kings, they with the business, homie. Trust me, dog. These fools ain't no slouches, homie. They take care of business. You feel me? Yeah, they be doing the thing right there, the east side right there, going at it with the surrounding neighborhoods, and because obviously they call commerce their home, and yeah, you definitely see the activity by these guys, and they be holding it down and putting their barrio up on the map. But that's what's up with the Latin Kings neighborhood right here.